where we continue the action here in the second game. And of course, the second game on the main ground. And we have Uncatchables. They coming up against the Invincibles. The case are Invincibles. Invincibles batting first. They are 11 without loss. Desai is on 7. And Najam is on 2. And the second over to be bowled by Patel. So at the end of the first over, they're 11 without loss. As we continue the action here on MAC TV. Of course, this is the Chicago Cup, the 7th edition of the very popular Chicago Cup. And taking a strike now will be Najam. There was Najam using his feet just to throw the bowler off, put the bowler off, and not really working on that occasion. He just pushes it just through on the offside. There is no run. The score remains 11 without loss. Outside the off stump, big drive through the offside, nowhere near to that one, and delivery goes through to the wicketkeeper. Najam, he's on 2. Desai on 7. Gauri, his first over went for 10, and Patel yet to concede a run. He's bowled 2 deliveries thus far. He's coming up from the northern end. Outside the off stump and throwing everything at that was Najam, looking to force it through the offside. Good pace, good carry through to the wicketkeeper. The score remains 11 without loss. First game saw
11.
Patel bowls, he goes back and not really getting hold of that one. That came on to Najam faster than he anticipated, and he just was able to spoon it back over the bowler's head for a single. The score goes on now by 1. It's 12 without loss, and Najam takes his score on to 3. This is a Yorker length delivery, and it's played away on the offside. The score remains 12 without loss. Good bowling so far from Patel. He has conceded just 1 run from the 5 deliveries. Delivery is played away through the offside. It's running close to the boundary. Of course, the ground here drying out from this morning's game, and they come back for 2. So Desai goes on now to 9. He seems to be the more adventurous of the 2 batsmen out there. The score 14 without loss at the end of 2. A good over from Patel. 1 over, no maiden, none for 3.
You have a camera there? Sofian? Where? You have a camera there that... Yeah. No, beside that one, there's something else on the ground? Oh, the camera fell? You have 2 cameras on that side? No, only 1 camera. Okay. Who's that? Rory?
Yeah.
Delivery is played through the vacant slip, and Najam is going to come back for 2. The score goes on now to 16. A chance there, and luckily for him, he was able to come back for 2. Najam is on 5. 9 to decide, 16 without loss. This is over number 3. Gori better over than the first, in which he went for 10. This is outside the off stump, beaten again there, Najam, and through to the wicketkeeper. At the end of over number 3, the Kaiser Invincibles, they are 20 without loss against the Uncatchables.
If you have a bucket on the side, it might have some spikes in it.
That bucket has more spikes in it, right? Oh, you have?
Patel had a good first over, in which he conceded just 3 runs, and he's going to continue here now from the northern end. Comes in and bowls, and his delivery is driven away down to deep cover for a single. And then Desai, he gets another run. He moves on now to 11, 21 without loss. Good start by these two, going at a rate of just over 7. This is driven, looking to go through the offside. That one swings into him and takes it down to a mid-on position. That's another run. One more to Najam. He goes on to 9. Desai on 11. Najam using his feet, looking to go down the track. I think he might well be in problems, but obviously with the stumps already being broken, he had to take the stumps out. With the bails being broken, he had to take the stumps out and in one motion touch the ball to the stump. He couldn't do that, so the batsman lives to fight another day. The score remains 23 without loss. Just using his feet again there, Najam, looking to put the bowler off. Say good evening to Brian, a jack of all trades and a master of none. And he's keeping us safe under the tents here at Chicago. It's Patel again, and going through the offside. That's a wonderful shot by Najam. Did it go all the way? We wait for the signal from the umpire, and we're going to get clarification pretty soon. The fielder who's retrieving the ball may well have to relay that information to the umpire. And he's signaling 6. So it's 6 runs there to Najam. Pitched up outside the off stump, and he just cleared the front foot and used the levers to good effect. Over cover for 6. The score 29 without loss.
It connection, has IP address and everything.
This time, that's another 6. And Najam is really getting on with the game here. That delivery just swatted it over deep mid wicket. The score goes to 35, and Najam is on 21 in no time. It's the end of over number 4.
Huh? I think so. I think you should stick to your day job. Make biryani.
35. 35.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Alright, do we have a connection or not? How long does it take to check it? Alright. Okay, listen to me. Your range extender is connected to the CCUSA hotspot. I am connected to the hotspot. I've checked the download and upload speed, which is way in excess of what you require. There is no reason why this is not working except your encoder.
Tim, Gory and Tim.
The what? Yes.
Gori continues from the southern end, and that delivery is a good one outside the off stump, full, well pitched up, and not being able to get under that one to drive it through the offside was Desai. He gets a single and he moves on to 13. The score 36 without loss.
Not working unless you unhook the Ethernet cable and then it was able to work. I just reset your encoder. 2 seconds.
Here is Gori again. He bowls outside the off stump. Najam going for that one. That's very wide, and it's called a wide.
And if it does not work, I know your address. Okay.
And it's on
This delivery is outside the off stump and 1-2 bounces into the fence at third man for 4. They continue, they persist with the 2 slips and a gully. There should be a regulation third man in place. Had there been a third man, there was an opportunity for him to run around and feel that. And that delivery slashing hard as Najam has done throughout this game. It peeled off the outer half of the bat and went into the fence at the wide third man for 4. The score 41 without loss. This is over number 5 in progress.
Okay. So live data. Asking for a receipt.
Again, a similar shot. The third man is in place and it's going to rush away for 4. Outside the off stump, he went hard at it. He got it between the man at second slip and gully. Down to a wide third man for 4. And the score goes on now to 45 without loss. The Invincibles, they're looking invincible at the moment. And of course, they're playing the uncatchables. Gori is in his third over, none for 26. Patel has bowled 2 overs for 18, 45 without loss. This is the 5th over. the penultimate over of the power play. And this delivery is pulled away over the man at mid-on. It's going to go down to the boundary. It's going to pull up just short, and he comes back for two. The score 47 without loss. Desai is on 13. Najam goes to 31. He has been very, very adventurous. The partnership so far is 47. The current run rate 9.72. So they're taking advantage of the power play period. Outside the off stump again, eyeing that cover position. He's beaten and it goes through to the wicketkeeper. You can't fault him. He understands that he's batting in the power play, and the score now 47 without loss after 5. So the more you raise this, it's picking up the wind.
Which one?
This is picking up the wind, you see? Listen. Before it wasn't picking up, so it affected the quality.
It's not it wasn't picking up. It's just that you didn't hear it picking it up.
Oh, okay. So 47 without loss. One over again to go in the power play. Desai is on 13 and Najam 31. Gauri 3 overs, none for 28. And Patel 2 overs, none for 18.
Congratulations, guys. We will be live in 10 seconds after Rashid combine closing.
Aurora is going to take up the attack now from the northern end. Very stiff breeze continues to blow across this ground. Of course, we had lovely sunshine that has been done away with, and lovely conditions here for cricket. Lovely, pleasant afternoon in Chicago, in the Midwest. See, Roddy Lalman is inspecting the ball that went through some rigorous treatment this morning because of the wet outfield. This is a ball them all over the place. A wonderful delivery by Aurora. Look at this. I don't think he saw that. That ripped through. That was express quick, and it ripped through his defense, and the middle stump goes for a walk. The score 47 for 1. What a delivery, and first up by Aurora. The Invincible loses their first wicket, and the man walking back is Desai. He goes for 13.
Okay.
Howard Ali, ALI.
Okay.
यार ये वहाँ बार बार गिरे जा रहे हैं स्कोर का ट्रैक रख रहे हो तुम हाँ इधर कर रहा हूँ यू माइंड अपडेटिंग इट यार इधर वहाँ से यहाँ इतना बार बार मुश्किल हो रहा है
You can talk about the other fields too. I'm going to use the drone. Brian's going to switch to it. We can go check out the other fields also.
What's the score right now?
And I can go up and show all the ground.
47 in
Sounds good?
5
Yeah. So just keep an eye on whichever screen is here.
So right,
If it's
one
here,
wicket right
if you see my drone here, that means you can talk about it.
अगर जय को कंटिन्यू करना है तो
Lovely picture here at the moment. And the action continues here. The Invincible, they're coming up against the Uncatchables. And Invincible losing their first wicket. What a wicket that was. Aurora ripping through the defense of Desai and sending the middle stump walking out of the ground. And every fast bowler loves to see that sight. 47 for 1. Of course, it's been the last of the power play overs. Well, of course, you can have a look at our main playing field. and they're repairing the stumps there, or drone image. Of course, the drone being controlled by Sofian Kamar, and he's giving us a 360 view. We're looking at the other grounds now. Of course, we have 3 matches on the way, and it's just a celebration of cricket here at Chicago at this park, the Washington Park. And there you can have a look at the other playing field. A vast area here in Chicago. This ground is a huge ground, perfect for cricket. As back to the main field, you will see a single again that takes the score to 48, and we're looking at celebrations there on one of the outer field. Of course, we are broadcasting from the main cricket ground here, and we're just giving you an idea. This tournament, of course, you have 6 games every day. The 3 grounds, you have 2 games each. That's a look at the 3rd ground. And Sofian Kamar, every time he takes the drone around, a wicket falls. Get this guy out of here. Can't be good for the batting team. On ground number 2, the drone was there and a wicket fell. On ground number 3, the drone arrives and another wicket falls. On the main ground, I'm hoping that he stays there and doesn't come back to the main ground. But on the main ground, the score is 49 for 1. Ali is the new batsman. He's on 1. Najam is still there. It's a short delivery, pacey delivery there by Aurora, and looking to pull it away. It's into the gloves of the wicketkeeper.
Yeah.
See all the tents and everything now.
Of course, you can see our broadcast tent, the orange color, having a good vantage view of the main field. Outside the off stump again there by Aurora, not called away by the umpire. Score remains 49 for 1. And you can see from our drone the baseball field that lies behind these wonderful cricket pitches. Actually 4 pitches here. So outside the off stump and clobbered away over the head of the man at the short cover, down to the boundary for 4. They can stop running, and that takes Ali on to 5, and that's the 53 for 1. 53 for 1 at the moment, and the Invincibles, they are batting at the end of over number 6. Well, that's a look at our com box assembled by Sofian and the guys. And on closer inspection, you can see some of the hard-working members of. You can even see Sofian, of course, behind him, Rashid, and Brian, of course, Brian Kamar. That's the man, and Nino is somewhere. Of course, Roddy Lalman here as well. So we're taking in the action, and we're trying our best here on MAC TV to give you all the wonderful cricket. Of course, the cricket that could be covered all over the country. Well, Gauri seems to be bowling out his overs. $53 for 1, Gauri so far, 3 overs and none for 28. And There he goes again, running in from the southern end. And Najam hits this. It's over a point on top of the tent. The team's tent, their team's dugout, and that's a 6 run. So he goes on out to 39, and the score 65 for 1.
What happened to your team, Blue? What happened to your team, Blue?
All good, sir. Oh, Max here? Connected? Yeah, it's connected. So. Live stream.
There, go.
Is that good?
Ground.
I don't have the ground, but.
This is outside the off stump and pulled away, and that may well go into the fence as well. It does. That's 4 more. The score 67 now for 1. And just having a look at our commentary booth now as Rashid Ahmed is moving with his camera. He's very proud of this camera, you know. Of course, with me is Roddy Lalman. The score 63. What is 6 here?
6 and then 4.
Zero batsman, if I put the drone right next to him.
Strikes him on the pad, not out, says the umpire. They go for a leg by. The score 64. And our drone is very close to the batsman, bringing him into action. I think that leg before, you could have seen it from the drone. I think it was going down the leg side. White signal by the umpire. Yeah. So Gorry continues. He comes in again and bowls outside the off stump again, rocking back, looking to smash it through the offside, not making contact. Najam. He's on 42, 66 for 1. 1 delivery to going over number 7. Wonderful celebration of cricket, I continue to say, here in Chicago. This is the 7th edition of the Chicago Cup. And all these players looking to impress, looking to catch the attention of all the other clubs, the clubs that will be making it down to the US Open 10th anniversary. He's in some problems here. He could be out, and Gorry strikes with his very final, his very last delivery. He has finished with 1 for 39 or 4. He gets the dangerous Najam for 42, and Invincibles, they are now 66 for 2. It's the end of over number 7.
Any guy running out for the water, you can ask him. The guy who went in with the water, when he coming back out, you can ask him who took the catch.
Do you have another commentator?
Where's Shiraz?
Sean left.
Huh?
Sean left.
Shiraz.
No, no.
Ryan's camera is in auto or is it?
Yeah,
It's not black or not? Boys. What?
Boys Ahmed.
Moise Ahmed. M-O-I-S-E. Moise. That's a Pakistani name. That's a Pakistani
I
name.
look like a Aurora still, eh? It's a Aurora still, eh?
Yeah, Irish Aurora.
Who said took the catch?
Who is Ahmed?
Ahmed.
That's far photo. Photo.
Good talk to Roddy.
Quick signal as that pushed away on the offside. The score 67 now for 2. 68 for 2, says Roddy Lalman, our scorer. The new batsman ready. Let's hope he's ready. Outside the off stump, and the umpire belatedly signals a wide. A good start here by the Invincibles. Good foundation. Of course, Najam blasted 42.
Right, you need water? Huh?
Aurora comes in again and bowls. Nice slinging action. Yes, back and across is ready. He pushes it back to him. Aurora's impressed. 1 for 9 so far.
No, I'll leave on.
Aurora runs in again, passes the umpire and bowls. Ali pulls this on away, down through backward squares, running away. He's going to come back for 2. And this is a good running here by Ali. The score goes on by to 71 now for 2. I'd like to welcome all our viewers. We are now live on MAC TV, and I want to say a big thank you to our technical staff here who made it all possible, working through the rain today to make sure that these lovely pictures come to you live. And we are going to be here for the next 2 days following today for all the wonderful cricket action. This is forced away on the offside, and that's one standing tall on that occasion. There was ready. In fact, Ali, and the score goes on to 72 for 2. Aurora runs in again and bowls outside the off stump, and he's dropped him. Looking to cut that with somewhere down the backward point region. It took a tick outside edge into the gloves of the wicketkeeper, who dropped it, and that's a big let off, because Invincible have a good start in terms of the run rate. What the uncatchables need to do is to pull back by getting wickets. This is clipped away neatly down to long leg, and ready is off the mark. The score now is 73 for 2. Ali comes in to strike. This is over number 8 in progress. Down the leg side, and you're going to see the umpire raise his hands and signal a wide. So Aurora just losing his range. It's been impressive so far. I'm impressed with him, looking at him coming out there. And started with a wonderful delivery that uprooted the stumps of Desai. For the first wicket, he comes in again, bowls, and this delivery is pushed away down through cover for a single. Good batting by Ali. He goes on to 9. And that's the end of the over. It's the latest score here at the Washington Park.
Learn how to use that. You see the slider on the other side? You don't want anything? All the way down.
just a lot in proceedings at the moment. The new batsman just carefully taking his guard, and that's Ali. He's on 9, but he's going to face from this side for the very first time. Reddy's on 1. And Ahmed is going to take up the attack from the southern end. He's going to bowl left arm orthodox. We've seen so many of them today. In fact, he's a right arm leg spinner. He fooled me there by tossing a few with his left hand. His delivery is worked away into the cover region, so he's going to bowl with the breeze. Very strong breeze blowing from east to west. And of course, the right arm leg spinners will be turning it away from the right-handers. So he's going to get the breeze to assist him. Another single. Many leg spinners like to bowl in the opposite direction with the breeze not assisting them, so they can actually get drift through the air, and on pitching the ball turns and goes the other way, gives them that added dimension while trying to confuse the batsman. Of course, many of these players here from Chicago will be involved at the US Open in December. Of course, that US Open comes up from December the 12th to the 16th at the Central Broward Regional Park. Outside the off stump, and again, as I said before, he's bowling with the wind, and that delivery drifts too far. It's called wide. Another delivery well pitched up, and too wide, called wide by the umpire. So the wind not helping him at the moment. Probably needs to start middle. This is a quicker delivery, flatter delivery. It's cut away. It's going to run very close to the boundary, down to backward point. And they're going to come back for 2. Short and wide, a poor delivery there. And had the outfield been quicker, that would have been 4. A good shot by Ali. He goes for 14. He looks very composed, Ali. And the score 83 for 2. This is a full toss that's muscled away down through long on. The fielder running around to his right. A fast in the return to the far end. But Ali is back. He's on 16, 85 for 2. Ahmed is continuing from the southern end. Comes in and bowls. This is worked away. And into short mid-on, and he's dropped him in and out. So the uncatchables are showing that they can't take the catches. I'm wondering if that had anything to do with the name. And of course, the Invincibles deciding to look invincible once again. 85 for 2. It's the end of over number 9.
Yours, oh my. Yes. How's this guy? Kamran Abaki, I guess. Kamran Abaki है ना? हाँ भाई.
Let me sit here and switch while my phone charges. Because मेरा पैर बहुत लगा हुआ है. Come back, I'll show you a picture of why.
Kamran Abaki. Kamran Abaki. Kamran Abaki. Say that name again? Kamran Abaki. Kamran Abasi. 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 ABBASI. I'll confirm.
Bowler name is Kamran Wasi, right?
Abbas, okay.
Well, Cameron Abbasi is going to take up the attack from the northern end. Let's see what proposition he offers as the Invincibles are 85 for 2. It's pulled away and it's going to go over the fence, and that's 6 runs. So 6 runs over the flags down a deep backward square. Poorly line delivery, and Ali, who has looked impressive since arriving at the crease, pulls that away for 6. 92 for 2. Ali goes downtown with this one. That's 6 more. That delivery pitched up to him, and he went downtown with that into his arc. A lovely shot by Ali. Goes on to 28, sorry. 98 for 2. They're approaching 100, and we are at the midway mark. Just 3 deliveries to go towards the midway mark. Short, and this is worked away down the ground. Sliding on to the batsman. He gets a single. Looking for 2. It's not there. Ali 29, 99 for 2. That's 100. Worked away down to a deep square leg position. It's 100. So the 100 is up. It's 102. And at the end of 10 overs, that tells me the current run rate is 10. So at the midway stage, the Invincibles, they're well on top. They are 100 for 2.
100 up.
100.
Ahmed bowls yet another wide. They get a single, so 2 runs, the result.
Every time I flew there, everybody finds the stuff and the drone and got them again.
Yes, Ahmed again, he bowls, and that's a full toss. That's struck down to long on. 1 bounce, and they take a single. This one is pulled away, and that's a true square leg. We wait for the umpire signal, and he's signaling 4. And the runs continue to flow here at Washington Park. The Invincibles are 108 for 2, and this is over number 11. Already gets into the act. He's on 8, and Ali's on 30. Ali's all over the shop at the moment. That's another wide. This one is pulled away over mid wicket, and in fact, it's going to go into the hands of the fielder, right station right on the edge of the boundary, and already goes for it. It's 109 for 3. A bad delivery. Already got underneath that one, but he was not able to hit it over the fielder station on the mid wicket boundary. He was right back on the boundary. It didn't have to move. It went straight into his hands, and he completes the catch. So Ahmed, after being very indifferent so far today, he gets a wicket. He's in his second over, 1 for 19, and the score here 109 for 3. The case Invincibles. Remember, they are playing the Uncatchables. Yeah. Tightening up a bit since getting that wicket, Ahmed. 109 for 3, a good start. These guys up in Chicago to take their cricket very seriously indeed. This is well tossed up and forced away on the offside. A misfield that leads to a single, and it's the end of the over. End of over number 11. The score is 110 for 3. So that a run rate of 11 is being maintained here as we continue the action here at the Washington Park. Invincibles, they are well on course to get up to about 200, and leading the fight out there, leading the charge out there is Ali. He's on 30, and Rana has now joined him. Rana is on 1.
I got somebody for commentating right here. The youngest player in the tournament. Ask him some questions.
Tomorrow we'll question. After the seniors.
He knows the players. He knows all of them.
Scoring?
Yeah, I'm scoring. Shiraz's son.
Oh, bring him.
Right. Who's bowler?
He knows the guy who's batting Jai Singh, but he's not on the Jibril Rana. Can you update that here, or is that going to be with regulars?
Easy question. What's his name?
Who's the bowler?
Mahan.
Bowler name!
Hello, 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Bowler name क्या है? हाँ?
110 for 3.
Ali Sayyed.
Ali Sayed is the new bowler.
What, a wide 2.1? No, the first one was a wide.
Oh, first one was a wide.
111. I'm joined by Mahad, whose dad scored a wonderful 70 today. You must be very proud of him. You must be very proud of your dad for that knock of
Yeah,
70.
he put up a really good score, but then at the end, he got caught and then just
But where you thought they went wrong?
um
So first was a white.
I think
Third was a so only two balls.
we
Two legal hits.
took a wrong choice to field first. I think we should have batted first. I think we could have put up a higher score if we did that, but well, it happens.
And of course, your dad scored 70. When last he batted like that?
Yeah, I'm really proud of him. I think that's a really good score. I think that's his second 50 in this season.
And I'm sure you're never going to hear the end of it. He's going to tell you over and over about that innings when you're at home.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful innings, and after he fell, Zishan Qureshi followed him for 39, and the innings crumbled. They ended up losing by 29 runs. His delivery, there's a loud appeal for a stumping, and not out says the umpire. The score remains 112 for 2. So are you playing in this tournament, Mahad?
Yes, I'm actually the 12th man of the Mogambo Invaders. If someone gets injured or doesn't show up, I will play for them.
So why Mogambo Invaders? Tell us a bit about that. Tell us a bit. Why the name Mogambo Invaders? Who is Mogambo?
So have you seen this movie, Mr. India?
I haven't.
So Mr. India is a movie about this Anil Kapoor.
Mm-hmm.
He has a gadget that makes him disappear, and the villain in that is Mogambo. And Mogambo's line is always Mogambo Khushwa.
Mogambo Kushwa.
So when we get a wicket, we say that. One person says Mogambo, the rest say Khushwa.
Oh, that means you disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So at the moment, it's 113 for 3. You're not missing any action.
Boss, आप बॉल कर रहे थे, right? You were bowling right now, right? And your name is Ali? And who took the catch before?
Ali Saeed completing 1 over for 3 runs.
वो जो mid wicket पे जो catch
Ahmed 1 for 20. Ahmad was the bowler who got the last wicket.
Ahmad Qureshi took the catch.
Here's leg spinner Ahmad again, and he's going back down into that region. And he's
Oh,
dropped
he
him
dropped
this
it.
time. Qureshi drops him, and it goes in to the boundary for 6 runs. He actually threw it over the flags, so that's 6 runs. It could have been a repeat of the previous dismissal. Remember, he's hitting against the wind, so they have to be careful here. Hitting against the wind, we have a very stiff wind blowing from the eastern end of the ground, and that is hung in the air. He's going to try again, and this one eludes the wicketkeeper, goes down to the backward square for 1, and that score goes on now to 120 for 3, 38 to Ali, and Rana is on 2. So we're in over number 13. Mahad, the score is 120 for 3. What you predict will be the final score?
What is it again?
120 for 3. We're in the 13th over.
13th?
Yes.
I think at least has to be 160, at least.
But I think they're going to get much more than that if they continue the way they're going. 121 for 3. This is the 13th over in progress. As I said before, Ali comes back into strike. He's on the 38th, and Rana is on 3. This time he's out stumped, he outfoxed him, he pulled him, he dragged Ali, the dangerous Ali, down the track, and that one spun across him into the gloves of the wicketkeeper, who completed the stumping. The 4th wicket falls. It's now 121 for 4, and Ali goes stumped by Samir Baig of the bowling of Ahmed. Ahmed gets his 2nd wicket, and Ali leaves the arena for 38. The score 121 for 4. A crucial breakthrough there, Mahad. Crucial breakthrough. I said that was a crucial breakthrough there.
Yeah, that was a really good ball. Fast hands by Sami. That was really good.
So tell us a bit about you as a cricketer. Are you a batsman, a bowler?
I'm an all-rounder, but I think I like bowling a little better.
Are you a fast bowler?
Yes.
Well, are you quick?
I I don't know. That's just
80 miles per hour.
I think we need a speed gun to test that out.
So, Ahmed, he has taken 2 wickets so far. He is going to continue bowling from the southern end. The new batsman is Chowdhury. And the score is 121 for 4. This is the over number 13 in progress. 2 deliveries to go. Settling down here into a nice line and length is Ahmed as he continues now and bowls outside the off stump. The umpire signals wide. It's a better delivery. Starts on middle stump, coming right forward. Just leaning into it there was Chowdhury. Plays it back to the bowler. Chowdhury is a tall man. He has good reach. So he'll want to be playing him on the front foot primarily. Unless he goes short and wide. Here he is again. That's a well pitched up delivery. Good delivery by Ahmed. As his spell has progressed, he has improved. And it's the end of over number 13. The score 122 for 4. And it's the end of the third over from Ahmed. He has taken 2 for 29. And so Mogambo's next game is when?
Tomorrow in the morning, I think we're playing against Tony Montana.
Should we see you? Will we see you in action tomorrow?
Hopefully.
And you're going to open the bowling?
I honestly don't know. If we have enough guys, sadly I won't be able to play. If we don't.
But then what you should do is to make sure that one of the guys oversleep. So you can get a play because that's tomorrow morning. So don't bother to wake up the players. You come secretly to the ground very early and you start to warm up.
Yeah, and then wake them up for the second game.
Yes, you may well do that. So you have 2 games tomorrow?
Yeah, one against Tony Montana and then the other one against Conchachino.
And both games at the main playing field?
I think, honestly, I don't know, but I think one is on ground 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is ground 4, I think.
Okay, so we wait to see the action tomorrow. Of course, Mugambo. How you say it again when you get a wicket?
Mugambo Hushua.
Mugambo Hushwa. That means get away. Well, let's see if Ali can have that. See, Ali Saeed. Short and flat outside the off stump. The umpire thinks about it and then calls a wide. As the repeals off the edge, down to third man into running. And they're going to come back for 2. Deliveries cut away down to point. Good running. And they go on out to 127. And on that occasion, that was good running.
Yeah, that was really good running. I don't think they were going to run, but until he got that misfield, I think they took the run.
So tell us a bit, how often you play cricket?
I just go to the games where my dad goes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a beautiful
This
shot
delivery,
right there.
yes, on the legs, and he just clipped it away nonchalantly there, ran off for 6. Score 133 for 4. He's into double figures. He's on 10. So you were telling us that you follow your dad.
Yeah, both of us, we play for the same teams, the Chicago Giants in Division 30-30,
Mm-hmm.
and Rogers Park, CC, in Division 40-40.
How many teams you have taking part in those tournaments? How many teams taking part in the 30-30?
I think there's about 13, and I think there's 13 and 40-42.
So where's your home ground? Is this your home ground?
Yeah, it kind of depends. Sometimes it's in Evanston.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's here, but mostly it's here. So this is basically your home ground. Yeah.
I'm right behind the ball.
Yes, and of course, a lovely shot there from the drone, actually right behind the bowler. And we can actually see what Ali is doing. Whether he's getting any degree of turn. It's the end of the over, though. As we come to the end of over number 14, it's 135 for the loss of 4 wickets. The Kaiser invincible. And at the moment, they're looking as if they can get up to 200. Do you think they can reach that there, Mahad?
What is the score again?
135 for 4.
35 for 4, and how many overs?
And you have 6 overs again to go.
6 overs. I think they can do it.
Yeah, that's why I went.
Oh, right. Yeah, Moise. Stop keeping his overs.
That's a great shot for 4.
So that takes the score to 140 now. Chowdhury is on 7, Rana is on 12. Looking for a strong finish, these two. Ahmed in his final over, he's taken 2 for 34. Where's the uncatchables from? The uncatchables. Which area they're from? Are they from Chicago?
Yeah.
$140 for 4. Chowdhury is on 7. Rana is on 12. Partnership of 19. And Said Ali is sent back from a regulation cover down to the cover boundary in anticipation of a big offside drive from the right-handed Chowdhury, because Ahmed will be turning the ball away from him. And yes, here comes the big drive. It splits the hands of the man at mid-off, and it goes down to a deep long off position. They come back for 2. 142 for 4. It's a sit away again through the offside, and this time the timing was a lot better. He got back onto the back foot. He was able to see that. He actually got himself on the side of the ball, so he got enough room to free the levers through the offside. He got the required power, and in the same region where he got 2 just now, Chowdhury is able to get 4. He goes on to 13. It's 146 for 4. You enjoyed that shot there, Mahad?
That was a beautiful shot, right in the gap. Perfect timing.
Here he comes now. He's looking to get it through the same region. It didn't. It peels off the outer half of the bat, and he gets down to a deep point position. 148 now for 4. Chowdhury goes on to 15, and that one taking the outer half of the bat. A big leg spinner bowl to him there just now. 2 for 42. Ahmed has been around the park. Short and wide, he gets back, and again the turn, taking it taking it past the outside edge of the bat. It just got a nick down to a short third man for 2. 150 is up. It's now 150 for 4 after 16 overs. Chowdhury is on 17 and Rana is on 12. That's a good score, 150 for 4, and they still have all of 5 overs to go. They're going at 10 runs and over.
Yeah, that's a very good run rate.
And that, of course, is the AstroTurf here, ground number 1. And that's the AstroTurf as a shot taken out from our drone. Of course, you look at the outfield and it's much better. It's much better than earlier on today because of the fact that earlier on we had a lot of rain, so it was soggy, and now it has dried out nicely, and the batsmen are actually getting value for their shots. Of course, the ball has been maintained. The ball has maintained its integrity. Early on with the moisture about the place. If you look carefully at this ball, it's out of shape. The moisture actually got into this ball, and if you have a close look at it, you would see it went out of shape. One side was actually destroyed basically because of the water. Now this could have caused a problem for the batting team more than the bowling because of the fact that this ball would have swung, not being perfectly round, and being retarded really on one end. It would have swung and could have swung dangerously, so they had to change it. But now you're not going to find that happening because the moisture is not there to penetrate this ball. I mean, look at it. It doesn't look wrong at all. So that is one of the problems that we had earlier on today. Now, it's back to normal cricket. The umpires, I think, ever so often may still look at the ball, but the ball is expected to maintain its integrity. So we're going to continue the action now. After 15 overs, it's 150 for 4, and taking up the attack now is Patel. And this is struck straight down the ground. We may see a wicket here, and what the uncatchables have done is now they've taken a catch. I think that was Said Ali, Ali Said down there taking the catch and leaving his runner for 12, 150 for 5. A big wicket there.
That was a really good catch.
Wicket number 5. They're still in a very good position to push on to get something close to 200 here. Lovely venue here at Columbus Park. How many cricket games, Mahad, could be played here at one time?
4.
4 cricket matches. What's the biggest crowd you have seen here?
I think the biggest crowd I've probably seen here was last year's Chicago Cup.
The year before?
Yeah, no, last year's.
Oh yes, last year's Chicago Cup.
Yeah, that was a really big crowd.
Okay. Well, there goes the drone again. And that drone is getting a lot of work today. Of course, looking to snoop in and bring information from that team meeting that's taking place out there with the Untouchables. The Uncatchables. $150 for 5. A wicket there to Patel. Ahmed finishing his spell. 4 overs, no meetings, 2 for 44. He was a bit expensive. Did take 2 wickets though. He went for over 10 runs and over. The current run rate is 9.89. Rana is going to take, in fact, Chaudhry is going to take strike. Patel bowls to Chaudhry, is back deep into his crease, forces it away on the offside, and he gets a single. 151 for 5.
Why don't we just buy 4 drones and do the whole damn game with the drone? It's such a good view right now.
And no cables.
I can turn to the bowler, I can turn to the batsman, follow the ball.
Follow the ball.
Short and played away down to third man, and single. Takes the score 152 now for 5. Chaudhry is on 18. And Mohammed is coming in now.
I don't need to take some still shots we could use on the website. Yeah. I already took a few. I went all the way to 600 feet, looked straight down, got all 3 grounds.
Okay. Outside the off stump, getting right back, looking to force it through the offside and beating out the other half of the bat. And that was a Chaudhry. 152 for 5. This is over number 16. 4 to come after this. And as Roddy Lamman predicted early on today, you're saying around 5, 6 o'clock the rain may come back. But we're seeing some clouds moving in now. Down the ground, good shot by Chaudhry. Down to long off, and there is a single. You think rain going to come back here, Mahad?
Yes, I'm here for all 3 days of the Chicago Cup.
And the rain. Do you think we'll get a rain here this evening?
I think it's cleared up a little, so I don't think we'll get any rain.
The bowler's name? Ask this guy.
What's the bowler's name? Huh? Who is it? Ahmed! Ahmed! Who's that? Bowler? Dinush. Chaya Surya. Chaya Surya. Dinush Chaya Surya.
It's a good delivery and a good shot. Straight down the ground. It's running close to the boundary again. The lost outfield holds it up. And they come back for 2. Chaudhry's looking very good. He's on 21. And Jaya Surya, the new bowler from the southern end. What's the high score you've made here, Mahad?
For our team?
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea. To be honest, I don't keep track of that stuff.
How many wickets you have taken? What's your best bowling performance?
I don't really bowl that much. I either they put me 9 down into bat, or I just field. I don't really bowl that much.
So you're a specialist fielder. Outside the off stump, the umpire is going to signal wide. Very wayward delivery there from Jaya Surya. He has a slinging action. He's not controlling it at the moment. 156 for 5. Just back of a length and getting right back and across. There was Chaudhry, and there's a chance for overthrows. He gets the overthrow. So he goes on now to 2. By 2 to 23, it's 158 for 5. This delivery, he was getting back, looking to play it square. Somehow it ended up at long on. Not good running though by Chaudhry. He should have gone back there for 2. It's 159 for 5. He's on 24. Still 2 deliveries to go in this over number 17. Single, that one dropping just short of the fielder down there. Muhammad goes to 2. 161 for 5. Still 3 overs. And this team, they're taking their time to complete their overs. It's as if they have the entire weekend to complete their overs. On the back foot, played away. Into the cover region for a single by Chaudhry. He goes on by 1 to 25. It's 162 for 5 with 3 overs to go. So Patel is going to continue. 3 overs, 1 for 21. He hasn't done badly. 162 for 5. 3 overs to go. Falling away a bit, but still an impressive run rate of 9.53. Here comes Patel. Bows. That's a good shot there by Chaudhry. That's going to go for 4. It went over corner and into the boundary for 4. It's 166 for 5. And a nice little cameo by Chaudhry towards the end here. He's on 29. And of course, Mahad is with me. He'll be looking forward to having a game tomorrow. Of course, your team lost today.
Yeah, 20 runs.
Down the track, single down to wide, third man. Slow delivery, good delivery there by Patel. That was a slower one and not picked up by Mohammed. Through to the wicketkeeper. This time this one peels off the outer half of the bat. It's running down to the third man boundary and refusing the second run was Chaudhry. I can't understand that. You're still 2 overs and some balls to go. You have 5 wickets in hand and you're refusing a second run. Once the run is there, you should take it. That's a poor cricket decision there by Chaudhry. Sammy drives down the ground
167.
and now takes a single. What sense was that?
18th running.
Well, that made absolutely no sense. He refused the two to go and run a single.
असमर भाई कॉल आया कैंसिल कर दो. हाँ.
This time it peels out the outer half of the bat, and it's going to go into the hands of the fielder there at cover. So on his way, and the score is now 169 for 5. And the young man has joined me. I don't know his name. I don't know which country he's from and what sport he plays.
My name is Asmar. I am from Pakistan, born in Pakistan, been here for the last 20 odd years.
And you play for Invincible?
Yeah, I play local cricket here in Chicago.
What's the standard of local cricket here in Chicago?
It's pretty good. I think I think it's really good actually. I think the place where we struggle is just the facilities. As you can see, this is probably the best cricketing venue we have in this region. And as you can see, right, the batsmen don't get value for their shots here.
Definitely
unlike
not.
Florida.
Yes.
So I think that's one of the things that changes our cricket a little bit. You'll see a lot of folks trying to hit over the top.
Over the top,
Yep.
due to the fact that the ball is not running well on the ground. Are there turf wickets here in Chicago?
There is one. Yes, there is one. It's in Bolingbrook, which is about 30 to 35 miles south of here. So it's in a suburb. It's a first turf wicket. I have never played there. I don't know how it plays. But there seems to be a lot of positive hype around it.
Well, obviously, for developmental purposes, you would want to play on turf wickets.
And climate-wise, it doesn't suit as well, right? I mean, it works in the summer.
Yeah.
But the 6 to 8 months of cold weather that we have here,
Yes.
it makes it difficult for us to have those. To be quite honest, right, just the money is not flowing in for us to be able to build those type of facilities. We would love to have turf pitches here on these grounds.
This one peels out the outer half of the bat. Good pace on that occasion over the head of the fielder down at a short third man, and they're going to come back for 2. Good running there by Chowdhury, and he goes on to 31. The score is 171 now for 6. Good pace there by Aurora. Have you faced Aurora many times before?
When I opened the innings and I played, I think, two balls from him. He's tricky. He's got a tricky slingy action.
Yes.
A lot like Malinga.
Here he comes and bowls, and that's a powerful shot down the ground. He hit it so well that he couldn't get a single there, and that went straight to the fielder.
I think the key is right now is the wind from this end. It's easier to score off of this end as opposed to the other one.
Yes, there's a very stiff wind coming across the ground. This delivery is played away down through the onside, and that's one more, so it's 172 for 6. And at one point, it may be difficult now with just 9 deliveries to go. I think that you can probably reach up to 200 runs.
Yeah, 200 seemed like a possibility. I think it still might be on. Just one big over from this end, I think, can still get us there. But as I said, right, I think anything over 180 is going to be a good score. I know the boundaries are short, but 10 overs from the other end, it's going to be tricky to score.
Tell us a bit about the composition of your attack. We see the uncatchables using a lot of fast bowlers in their lineup. They had one spinner that really made a difference, although Ali came and bowled a couple overs as well. But Ahmed bowled his 4. He was expensive. That one strikes the toe end of the bat. He's going to get a single just wide of mid-on, where the score now goes on to 173. So tell us, what's the composition of your bowling lineup?
So to be honest, because of the fact that a lot of us are playing, we do play for different teams. The idea of this tournament is a lot of different guys playing with each other. What a shot that is.
Yes, going over the top. It may well go all
What
the
a shot
way.
that is, and it's still inside.
Well, I think it has gone now, and the
Looks like a
fielder-
4.
Yes, he's going to signal 4, just going over the top, and that takes the score on to 177 now.
So
Chowdhury is on 38, and Ansari is on 177. 1 over to go. Do you think you can get 23 runs to reach 200?
It's possible, definitely. I think it can happen.
Well,
This
you
is the
have
last
wickets in
over. This is
hand.
the last over, right? Yeah, I think it's gonna be the trick here is gonna be to hit towards the leg side from this end. I think the bowler would miss a trick if he bowls in the stumps or bowls on the pads. I think it's possible to get a few boundaries on the leg side because of the strong breeze.
What he needs to do is to go full and wide.
Yep.
And that will actually take the leg side of the field out of play, and may well work for him because the wind here is very, very strong indeed. And well, we're going to see who's going to take up the attack. It's 1 over to go, and just to look at the bowling figures, Aurora 4 overs, 1 for 32. Patel has completed 4 overs, 2 for 28. He was okay, and 1 over to go now. Would it be Ali's side? Yes, I think it's going to be Ali's side who's going to continue the off spinner. He'll be turning the ball into the right-hander, so he needs to go full and wide. Of course, I'm looking at the set field here, and I think this is an error because there's no one at a deep mid-wicket. There is no one at a deep backward square. This is the last over. Of course, I think using the man at a deep cover position, he could come out of the play and get himself on the leg side. So we see what will happen.
Yeah, the field tells me he's gonna aim outside the off stump, way outside the off stump. If he doesn't, then I think he's gonna go for runs. And Saqib Chaudhary looks like he's continuing his form. He got a 50 in the last game. Couple of big hits here could get him to another 50.
Chaudhary is on 30. How good is Chaudhary?
He's one of the best bats in the region, especially in the 2020 format.
Short delivery outside the off stump, and in an effort to keep it outside the off stump, he went wide, and had that not been a no ball, I think it might have been a wide. But the umpire has forgotten to signal a free hit. This is puzzling. Here he comes in again, and this delivery is played away on the offside, and no run. I think what Ansari needs to do is to get a single, get off strike. It's easy to get off strike. Acres of space out there. Get off strike and give the strike to Chaudhary now. Down the leg side, and that's a wide. The umpire signals now. They also take a single, so that's 2. 179 now for 6. 21 of a possible 5 balls. If Chaudhary gets his way here, I think we may well be in for some action.
Yeah, a couple of sixes needed here on the leg side to get to that 200 target. What do you think so far? How do you think, based on what you've seen, what do you think is a defendable score here on this wicket?
I think 180. Anything upwards of 180. And of course, there are so many factors that you have to take into consideration. The weather seems to be changing again, and if the ball is wet, the spinners will struggle. We saw that in the first game. That's another wide. I don't know if this over will be finished this afternoon, as Ali has bowled just 1 legal delivery. He's trying his best to get your team up to 200. 182 for 6. 5 deliveries to get 18 to reach that magical figure of 200.
There's another wide, I think. Yeah, looks like he's struggling to keep his line.
Well, he's looking to keep it outside the off stump, and he's not doing too much of a good job with that, because also he's straying. Just keeping in mind, he's putting himself under tremendous pressure, and of course, how the mind works, and trying his best to go so wide at the off stump. He's going very wide of the leg stump as well. He has lost his shape as a bowler in this over. If you look at him, let's have a closer look at him. He comes in again, and he seems to be slowing
what a
down.
hit that is.
This is a wonderful hit by Chaudhary, and you can mark 6.
And that is against the wind.
Well, he came up into his arc, and Chaudhary playing through the line of the ball, and that's 6 runs there. That takes the total to 189 for 6. And if I was a betting man, I would bet that you may well get to 200.
So one more hit like that, and he gets to back-to-back 50s here in the tournament.
You all would have played earlier today.
Oh, what a hit that is again.
This is a wonderful shot.
And that's another 6, and that's his 50.
Well, 50 to Chowdhury. It's 195 for 6.
50 up.
So as I was saying, this guy is one of the premier batsmen in our league in this region.
We're seeing that today.
So
So you had a game earlier on today?
Yeah, we had a game.
And he scored a half century.
Yeah, he scored about 57, I think 57 or 58 not out.
Comes again and looking to go down the track. His head in the air. So obviously he could not have gotten underneath that one to scoop it away over the leg side. 196 for 6.
What do we think? Last ball here?
2 deliveries,
2 deliveries
to go.
left. 196.
That's a good shot through the offside, and importantly, Chowdhury comes into strike for the last delivery. 197 for 6. One hit could take it over 200.
So I think the beauty of this tournament is is how you get to learn about new players.
Yes, and this is Chowdhury pulling this one. That's rocking back and pulling it away. He's not going to go back. He's going to remain unbeaten on 52. And the innings closes at 198 for 6 after 20 overs. That's an awesome score here. You think you have the bowling to defend that?
I think so, but it's T20. You never know, but I think we do, yes.
Well, I want to thank you for
I want to
joining
thank you
us.
for having me. Thank you.
And of course, during the course of the weekend, feel free to join us
Absolutely,
again.
absolutely.
As,
Thanks a
we
lot.
Share,
Thank you.
your information and knowledge on the game of cricket. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, the uncatchables will have to catch 199 to win this encounter.